Hi everyone, Ali here, Ali Reiner. Welcome to 2018. This is long overdue. Let me see if I can invite people who might be here that might want to listen in. I'm not sure if there's anyone. If anyone wants to find me, they'll find me. So if you're new here, I'm Allison Reiner. I am your Loved Again coach. I work with women who are unhappily married, who are making decisions on whether they want to stay married or they want to leave their marriage. And I help you get really clear on that. I help you understand what your part in the relationship is, it's not fault, but your baggage, the beliefs and the outlook that you take into the relationship, that has a huge bearing on how you interact, both in your romantic life, but also in the world in general. All those beliefs really make us show up in life in a certain way. And until you really understand what they are, and I don't think we'll ever understand fully what they are, but until you begin to get a clear picture on what they're costing you, where they're making you settle in your life and in your relationship, where you are not standing true to yourself and you're allowing other people's behavior or other people to behave in a way that is contrary to the way that you want to be treated or the way that you want other people to act around you. And a lot of that is set in stone very early in childhood. Of course it is. We pick up our beliefs from our parents, from our peers, from those significant people in our lives at an early stage. And that's not to say that if our parents had a hugely unhappy marriage, then we obviously go ahead and think that marriage is always going to be unhappy. No, it doesn't mean that at all. It might be, but each of us picks up our own meaning based on what's happening. So, your parents could have been blissfully, happily married. So for you, marriage is a wonderful institution, and then you turn up in your own marriage and it's hard bloody work. But you didn't see the hard work when you were a child. You didn't see the hard work that your parents put in behind the scenes to make it work, to make it move forward, to make it seem as if everything was just so. You didn't see the little feet paddling away under the water whilst they were moving around. That's not something that you would have been aware of. But in terms of your own relationship, it may make you feel, shit, I am not good at marriage. I'm not good at relationships because this is just hard work. So whatever those beliefs are, you take them into your marriage. And whatever behaviours you've picked up, for me, and I throw my hands up, I'm not proud, but I took passive aggression into my relationship, all of them, because I didn't know how to express myself in any other way. That's how I was taught to behave. That's how I was taught to express myself. And so I did. And it didn't work very well. And it's not nice. It's not pleasant. It doesn't feel nice when I'm being passive aggressive. And it certainly doesn't create a bond. It doesn't create that sort of connection where my husband's open to talking about what's not working, or even what I may like from the relationship. No, as soon as I start that, he's repelled. He's on the defensive and he's looking to cover his own back, so he doesn't hear what I'm saying, except that I'm attacking him. All of these things, we take into the marriage, and all of these things we need to really understand and get and I'm saying marriage, but this works on any level at all, any relationship at all. And we really need to get to grips with that if you want to change the dynamic in your marriage. So you might be here and you may not be that unhappy. It may just every so often be causing you a bit of concern. Do I even like this guy? Is this going to get any better? Is this it? But if those are the thoughts you're having, you're still in a great place to be able to transform your thinking on it, really to make a shift in the way that you're showing up. But it takes that courage. And these are my words for the year. My words for the year are courage, curiosity, and commitment. And they're the people that I'm looking to work with, because these are the three traits I think that really have helped me, not just in my marriage, but in my life in general. I am so curious to know what's going to happen next, what my lesson in any situation is going to be. Even for me over Christmas time, where I was so sick, And I was having such a hard time in accepting my own reality, which is I'm here in Italy, my family are in the UK, they don't want me, or that's the story I'm telling myself. And to make peace with that and to let go of that and to, first of all, feel it on my skin and feel the hurt and feel the loneliness that goes with that is really, really difficult. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy place to be. But in order to get through it, in order to make peace with it, and in order to actually be able to ask myself, what is this costing me? I need to feel it first. I don't know what it's costing me until it's making me so damned uncomfortable. And then I can ask myself, who would I be if I let this go? How would my relationships be if I let this go? And how is this blooming thing causing concern in every other area of my life? How is this situation making me show up with my husband, with my kids, with my friends, with myself? And what I can tell you is it makes me withdraw. It makes me pull back. I don't want to put myself in the position that other people have the ability to hurt me. So I pull back. That's my natural thing. So when I'm asking myself, what is this costing me? It's costing me true, deep, loving connection. But I couldn't possibly have known that unless I'd gone through the process of feeling it on my skin, unless I'd gone through that upset. So yeah, this is the place that to come if you're in that, if you want to change something, whether it's your marriage, whether it's a relationship with someone in your family. This is the place to start, because you can come here and you can talk about it. Now, as I say, courage, curiosity, and commitment. Nothing changes unless you change something. So if you're here hoping that just by reading a couple of my posts or a couple of blogs, you can transform your life. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. There needs to be action. You need to take action. If you're questioning whether you can afford the time, whether you can afford the money, whether you can afford the the emotional upset that it may cause, only you can answer that. But unless you're prepared to commit your time, commit some money, and that you can commit it one way or another. You're either spending on your divorce or you're spending to stop yourself getting divorced. This is so, I can't say enough. Unless you're prepared to take a commitment to yourself, I can't help you. Nobody else can help you. And you're never, ever going to attain the level of relationship with other people that you desperately desire, because you're not prepared to invest. And I don't mean financially, but in every level. You're not prepared to invest in the relationship with yourself. So as we go into 2018, this is the one thing that I'm going to be talking a lot about, because unless you are prepared to put in some work, you're not going to see the results. And I know it's terrifying to face yourself. What if I don't like myself? What if you do? What am I going to find? Well, nothing that nobody else can already see in you. That's the thing. We're so busy putting up masks. We're so busy hiding who we really are that we think that, the only person that we're lying to is ourselves, because everyone else out there can see our flaws. They can see them glaringly, and they love us for them anyway. It's only us who are causing ourselves this heartache, this pain, this trauma of just not accepting reality. So that's 10 minutes of me banging my fists about what is going to be expected of you. Do you want change? Are you unhappy on any level in your marriage? Are you out of a marriage and you're looking to find love again, but you're terrified because you're scared that you're going to find the same type of partner? You will do, most likely, unless you do the inner work that changes who you are at the core. Might not changes who you are, because you are the same person at the core, unless you let that person out unless you start to acknowledge that person, unless you start to get to know who you are at your core, who you were sent here to be, and you start to like that person, love that person, and really, really embrace that person, nothing can change. And you can't attract anyone different if you've got that. If you approach the world wearing the same mask as you've done for the rest of your life, I can tell you, I've done it. I've been there. I've done it with the mask on, and I've done it with the mask ripped off. And yeah, it was scary, but not nearly as scary as the thought of living the rest of my life lying to myself and to everyone else round about me. Yeah, not everybody's going to like and support you when you stand up for who you really are. Not everybody's going to say, yeah, good on you, come out of the closet, be your real authentic self, because a lot of people are attracted to you for what you give them. For me, for instance, yeah, I was talking candidly to my husband the other night. We were talking and he was talking candidly to me, I think is probably the better way of putting it. And he said, you lied to me. When we met, you lied to me. You told me a lie. You're not who you said you were. And that's exactly the truth. I didn't do it knowingly. I didn't do it. Well, I did it knowingly because I knew that he wouldn't accept who I was. I thought he wouldn't accept who I was. But here I am, all these years later. And it would appear that no, he kind of likes who he's got here. But I did show him somebody completely different. He fell in love with a woman who was so available. I would do anything without question, without complaint. I would never ask, for help. I was so strong. I was out resolving the world's issues without even breaking sweat. Of course, he loved me. What was not to love? Everything he wanted was there on a plate. But it was killing me. It was absolutely killing me. And yes, he could have gotten up and walked away. He could have said, well, you lied to me and this isn't who I thought you were. But he stuck with it. Other people didn't stick with it. My mother didn't stick with it. My sister is scared because she understands that at some point she's going to have to go through this same process as me if she wants to come out the other side. So she keeps me slightly at a distance. Friends I had don't like it at all. They've disappeared off the face of the earth. They didn't like being questioned. They didn't like being told what was acceptable and what wasn't acceptable. But you know what that did? It's cleared space for a new family. It's cleared space for people to come into my world and change my world and help me to keep growing and keep making mistakes, falling down, getting up again and moving on. I didn't have space for these new people until I got rid of the people that weren't supporting me. So, when I say that I will help you make a decision and know 100% what you want to do in your marriage, that's what I mean. You will know whether your husband or your wife is ever going to be able to support you in the way that you need to be supported once you've gone through the process of looking inwards, understanding what you want and what you need and beginning to ask for it. You will understand so clearly. And the one thing that you will learn to do is actually listen to what other people are telling you. If they're telling you that they're not going to change, believe them. If they're telling you they're not interested in the new you, believe them. And that helps you make a decision and start to work towards that new version of your life. Whether that's staying because you can feel like I did that your husband will support you, or deciding, no, I want to go, or a combination of something in between, because there is no black and white. Of course, there's no black and white. There is what works for you, but you will know what works for you and you will know what you want to do. So that being said, where are we this year? We have got so much going on this year. This is going to be the base group. I have started a membership, which you're now welcome to join at any time. That's going to be £27 euros a month. And each month we have a different topic which we're going to be looking at. You can upgrade that at any time to 147 euros a month and include a one-to-one session with me each month. We also have a group session once a month. We have a group session via Zoom, which is free to download, and you can bring all your questions. You send your questions to me in advance, and we go through them all on Zoom. And I'll be available in that group, actually asking and answering your specific questions. It'll be small, it'll be safe. So that's one thing. That's one way that you can start making change in your life this year. Another way is, of course, we have relaunched the Loved Again Inner Circle. 4 weeks to change your life, because that's where you're going to get to that knowing, that 100% knowing of yourself, and therefore of what you want to do with your marriage. And then, of course, going forward, we have the group program, 4-month group program, which is starting midway through February. Details of that will be coming shortly. And at any point, you can reach out and we can work one-to-one together. You can check out my website. There are various ways to work with me. If I think that you don't need, I work on a 3-month or a 6-month basis. I'm actually moving towards a 4-month because I think it works better. And we can work out what's going to be best for you, because maybe you don't need so much hand holding, maybe you don't need such an intense amount of work, or maybe you want something much more intense. Maybe you want to meet a lot more regularly because you're really ready to make a change. But I'm here and we can work that out together. We can tailor whatever you need together. This group is going to be really, as I say, a base group. You will always be able to come in here. I will always be available here, but my time will be spent more often in my paid membership, the Inner Circle. I would urge you to have a look at it, decide whether you want to come and join us, because that's a place where you can be absolutely safe and secure to look at your existing problems, your existing issues, and decide what you want to do with them, how you want to change them. Anything else that I want to give you this year? All the trainings that I will be doing, you'll find over in the membership group, and it's going to be ongoing. You can join at any time and you will always have access to what's gone before, the files that have gone before. So it's not that there's a problem. You can leave at any time as well. I would say you make it worthwhile, hang around for at least 3 months to see what you're actually going to get out of it, and ask the questions you need to ask. I think I'm pretty much covered. I will be starting, as I say, I've been pretty poorly. This is the first day that I've done anything really other than just getting through things for such a long time now. So I'm looking forward to get back into the saddle. I've got lots and lots of interesting stuff coming up for you, some new freebies, some new blogs and whatever, all coming in due course. But again, I wanted to say thank you very much to all of you for being part of the group. Please, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm here. And I wish you a very, very happy 2018. I hope all your dreams come true. But if you want them to come true, you're going to have to change something. You're going to have to commit to something. You're going to have to get curious about what may be out there for you. You're going to have to grab your courage with both hands, and instead of using it to survive, use it to create something wonderful. So thank you for listening. I shall see you around. Bye.